Hey guys, it's me again. This time I'm opening the second batch of goodies from Amazon. Um, Now, you'll notice that one of these three things, they're all pretty much the same thing but different flavor. I decided to try before, and yeah, I've opened it, and they're really good, so I should probably stop opening things before I decide to try them on camera. Okay, so these are called Chirps. Sorry for all the noise. The bags of chips are always crinkly and stuff. But it's Chirps. I got the first one that I showed you is sea salt. This one is cheddar, and the third one is just a simple barbecue. So to start things off, I'm going to do the more simple flavor. So a normal chip is quite a bit bigger than this, but for a tiny little chip made with cricket flour, it's pretty cute. And as far as I know, all of these little black specks are bits of cricket. Then again, those might be just specks of some like seasoning or something that was put in. Like the navy beans. There's navy beans in this and chia seeds. So it might be part of the navy beans, or it could just be the chia seeds. But as compared to a normal chip, still crunchy. The flavor compared to a normal corn chip, like these also have corn in them, but a normal corn chip, there's definitely a slightly different flavor, though I cannot exactly pinpoint it, but it seems a little more I kind of had my roommates try this as well, so they said it was a little more of like a meaty flavor, but it's not. It's one of those things where you kind of like, in order to understand the flavor I'm trying to describe, you'd have to try them, which if you have a crustacean allergy, I wouldn't recommend, because it actually has a warning, like if you have crustacean shellfish allergies, you may also be sensitive to crickets. Yeah, I'm surprised that these taste as good as they do, because compared to the crickets in my last video, these are actually really good. Now, I also had cricket flour cookies, which were actually really good as well. Only reason I didn't video them is partly because I forgot, and the Best Buy date was like the day after I got them, so I had to eat them quick, so unfortunately like a lost cause with that one, but that was also in my haul of goodies from Amazon. Also by Chirps, the company that makes these chips. Now on to trying the barbecue, which, I mean, all three of these are kind of like generic flavors because they're all flavors that you would see in the supermarket or like Quick Check or Wawa or Sheetz. So far, this one and the previous one both didn't have much of a flavor, like smell from the bag after opening it. And there's still not much smell coming from the chip itself. But again, kind of have like this black speckling, which probably is just chia seeds, but at first I thought it was crickets. And it was kind of like, oh, that's interesting. But I don't know if my camera picks up on the fact that there's like seasoning on it. I was expecting this to be more of like the Doritos, like barbecue, like in your face kind of thing, but it's actually really more of a subtle flavor overall. And like the bag says, it's sweet and smoky. And the seasoning itself is fairly simple and straightforward, you know, like tomato powder, yeast extract, onion powder, some spices, garlic powder, and paprika. So it's pretty nice. And also each chip is 1 cricket worth of protein and nutrients and stuff. So if you want it to be funny and and be like, oh, I'm just gonna eat a cricket, but it's it'll probably fool your friends because they'll be like, no, it's a chip. Oh no, it's a cricket. Because it's made out of cricket flour and corn meal and stuff, so that would be a funny prank. Now to move on to the third and last one, the cheddar. And then I'll explain kind of overall how I feel about these. So apparently these are Zesting Bowl. These chips look more of a well done, or at least that's maybe the seasoning on it that's making it look a little darker. Unlike the other two, this one actually has a smell, but it just smells kind of like a remnant of cheese. again, this has chia seeds and stuff, so there's black speckling, kind of like a normal tortilla chip. And the seasoning is made out of cheddar and Romano cheese. It has some salt, whey, buttermilk solids, tomato powder, some sugar to give a little bit more of a sweet flavor, and even jalapeno pepper. But I guess that's maybe to give the more of the zesty flavor to it rather than spiciness, because these aren't spicy at all, at least to me. Of course, now that I know that there's jalapeno, I'm able to pick up a little more on the flavor of jalapeno, and it is definitely there, but it's kind of like undertone, and you don't really notice it until like in the aftertaste phase of eating. But it's actually really nice. Like, if you didn't want to feel guilty by eating a full bag of just tortilla chips, I think that these actually have similar nutrition facts to like Tostitos or whatever, but unfortunately I would look at the calories and stuff, but this has 130 calories per serving. Each container serves about 5, so if you ate the whole bag, that's about 650 calories, which is a lot, but given that a lot of people have about a 2,000 calorie daily diet type thing, and about 60 calories of the fat in per serving is calories from fat. So that's about a little under half of the calories. But the fat is 0.5 grams of saturated fat, and not so sure on what the other 6.5 grams of fat are. But it's not trans fat, so I think that's good. There's 0 milligrams of cholesterol, but 160 milligrams of sodium, which I know is not a terribly high number, because I think there's a whole bunch of things where it's like 250 and above is a bad amount of sodium. Then again, I might be totally wrong. But in terms of the carbs, there's a total of 15 grams. The dietary fiber is about 2 grams, and there's less than 1 gram of sugar. So if you're diabetic and stuff, this probably would be a really good idea instead of grabbing that bag of Frito-Lays or Doritos. You pick up this and you're getting 4 grams of protein per serving, or 20 grams of protein per bag. And I'm sure that all the bags are about the same. Yeah, so the carbs with the barbecue is 16 grams carbs, 2 grams fiber, 1 gram sugar, 4 grams protein, 120 grams of sodium, so it's a little better on the sodium front. But overall, it's 50 calories from fat out of 130 calories, and 7 grams of fat, of which 0.5 grams is saturated. And with the sea salt, given that it's salt, I'm expecting a higher sodium count, but Yeah, 140 milligrams, which is actually better than the cheddar, but it has 3 grams of fiber and 0 grams of sugar. So truly, if you're diabetic or you're trying to reduce your carbs, especially sugar carbs, these types of chips might be the best thing for you. Now I'm gonna try and see what happens when I mix a barbecue with a cheddar to make like a barbecue cheddar. I don't know how all of the flavors will combine, but after seeing that one Super Bowl commercial with Pringles, I'm tempted to try this. I'm expecting it to kind of just taste like both of them individually, but combined and have more of like a zesty cheddar barbecue. Yeah, there was really no difference between trying them both together and individually, but still pretty good. And what I didn't show you is the fact that the sea salt one, I only have maybe like a handful of chips left, so they're addicting. And while I probably still shouldn't eat too much, well, nobody should really be like devouring bags of chips at a time, but these are definitely ones that given that I now tasted them, I would pick them over Tostitos, because yeah, they're smaller chips individually, but that might help me with like portion control, because I am one of those types of people where I pick up a chip and 500 chips later I'm done, or I'm having to kind of stop myself. So yeah, see you in the next video. Bye.